Bruh, you're such a nerd.
That was pretty good on my end. I don't know about you guys', but Devin,
Yes.
on my ad, you took the parts when I was looking away from the screen instead of the last read-throughs where I didn't look away from the camera.
Wait,
And so
the
in the ad read for the D&D episode, you have me going, why do la 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 la.
So I was trying to stitch it together to where it looked like you didn't have to do this as much. So I was trying to pull the ones where you were looking more at the camera.
Yeah, so the last like 30 seconds, I did them a paragraph at a time. So I memorized a paragraph, spouted it off, stopped, read the paragraph, memorized it, spouted it off, stopped. So it's all good. I just thought that was funny.
Yeah, I was like, okay, I'm trying to make everyone look as good as possible. I tried so hard.
It got so far. But yeah, hey guys, welcome back to Already Distracted, episode 30.
Hi everybody.
4? Does that sound right? Yeah.
Yes,
there's a lost episode and it's my
34.
fault.
It should be 35, but we lost an episode, I believe. If I'm wrong, you'll know because the title will say episode whatever. So
episode whatever, that's where we're at. Just give me a break here.
But yeah.
So Devin was like, "Hey Ben, can you upload?" I was like, "Oh, I already did." It's like, "No, I'm talking about the other one."
He has his audio though.
Like,
what other one?
You know the
And
one
I'm like,
from.
Okay, so I have 3 files called episode.
Go listen to him. If it sounds like
I
you're
don't know.
talking about
Why?
answering questions that I'm asking you about different things, then that's the episode. But
yeah. So one says AD33, AD33 Ben, AD33B.
We can.
Also, I'm eating ramen, so you guys can deal with that.
We'll figure that out later, but that's okay. It's just... Oh, Taylor, can I have a noodle?
My bad.
Mm-hmm.
My bad.
Okay, this is for the audio listeners. This was really funny in video, but looking back on it, a little weird for you guys. So, sorry. It was just a ramen noodle. Bye.
Insert phallic object.
Better.
Ben.
Insert phallic object.
You guys ready to dive into the topic?
I'm ready. Let's do this.
We're gonna do a completely never done before, like, ever. This is, like, no way anybody has ever done this, okay? Ready?
Are you being facetious?
Video game tier
Top
list.
10
Yeah! Woo! Tier list!
No one's ever done that before.
Hey, that's okay. I like video games. Let's do it.
Yeah. So obviously we've got to start with the top, with the 3 that we always mention on this podcast. So we'll start with Ben's beloved, Baldur's Gate 3.
Baldur's Gate 3.
Patch 7.
Patch 7 is coming out, and I'm gonna...
The final patch.
The final patch.
So I've got A, B, C, D, and F, and then S tier, obviously. We might have to add a tier or 2 in if we've never played some of the games, but...
The reason why I want to say S tier, I know it's a ton, right? But it's one of the most entertaining butterfly effect games that I've played, where it feels like you have the most control. The only downside to it is you can't load up at different parts of the game.
Yep.
Yeah.
Like, if you start a game, you have to start from scratch. And the other downside, I would say, is sometimes it can feel pretty tedious. In the sense of dialogue and, like, it gets to a point where you're like, okay, skip, skip, skip. Because if you're just skipping dialogue, you're missing the game because you want to get to the next thing. And maybe that's just...
No, I mean,
Dev?
I kind of agree. I think for what the game is and what it does really well, S tier for sure. Some of the actual constraints of being a video game, though, I feel like maybe knocks it down in between S and A, but I mean, it's still like top tier. Baldur's Gate 3 is amazing.
Personally, I'd put it... Yeah.
You know,
I was going to say, personally, I'd put it
in
in A, but it sounds like we're in agreement then, so I don't need to make an argument for that. Because it's a great game. It's just not my favorite. I enjoy it with other people.
The final battle takes freaking forever.
D&D combat.
Because it's turn-based, like D&D. But I will say Baldur's Gate revolutionized D&D.
Hey! Wait. Hey!
Yeah.
Right. Next we have, you know what, you love it, Halo, except for that's a franchise, so we're gonna go Halo Reach, because I think that's collectively the one all three of us have the most experience with.
That was the last true great Halo game.
Yes.
That was
So
the last one.
I have played Halo 1, 2, 3, and Reach, but I didn't play 1, 2, or 3 that much because I didn't have a console when I was a little younger. So Reach is the one I've really played. I know both of you have played Reach, so I figure if we do Reach, we all have. So Halo Reach. Everyone cool with that?
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
3 and Reach, they did a good job. But anyway.
So, for me, Halo Reach, obviously, like I said, last, like, great Halo game, like the real last one, you know, still made by Bungie, all that great stuff. This one I'm also, believe it or not, kind of torn on, because I actually played it not too long ago again, and it is still really, really fun. I feel like I'm kind of stuck between A and B tier, because there are things that definitely, improvements that we have now for some games, that maybe Halo Reach didn't have. As far as, you know, just like computing power, graphics, just like little nitpicky things with the gameplay. But the reason I still kind of keep it up in my A tier, though, is it took something that everyone was surprised by when they did Halo ODST, Halo 3 ODST, and they did Firefight. Everyone liked it, and then they took that and just blew it up and expanded it. And then they also took Forge, and they blew it up and expanded it and made it huge. Just
So you're saying A.
I'm more leaning towards A just because of how big the game was and what it offered in one package collectively. It was well put together, had a good story, it had a good campaign, good multiplayer, good Forge, good Firefight.
Yeah.
Everyone liked it.
That's interesting to me because I'm inclined to say S. Because even the bugs in that game were hilarious.
That is true.
If you'd get a bug, you weren't pissed off at the game. You were laughing insanely because the whole game just exploded and your screen is doing flips and you're miles away from this guy. Your friend's sitting over with the sniper just watching you fly across the sky in a warthog and everyone's just dying.
Okay, so maybe in terms of just pure fun, especially multiplayer, S tier.
In my opinion.
For
but
sure.
That's just me. What do you think, Ben? Do you agree with S, or do you think it's more of like an A?
Well, I was going to put it at A for the same reasons, Devin. But just multiplayer. Nothing is better than someone's in a Banshee and you have a rocket launching
Halo Reach
360 off a cliff.
Multiplayer.
Even the
so
campaign,
good.
Halo Reach is one of maybe 4 campaigns that has brought me to tears. It was so beautifully done. It had good character development.
It really was.
It had great character arcs. And it wasn't a super long campaign.
No.
But that last mission, where all of a sudden it just pops up and just says survive, oh my gosh,
like,
it was so good. And nobody else had done anything like that before.
My heart, just like,
they're everywhere.
Boom, boom. Wait, what?
Yeah, as soon as I couldn't hold on anymore and that cutscene starts to kind of play where he starts to, like, you see the cracks start to form, I was like,
oh no.
I don't think this is going to end good.
So good.
Okay. I think I will put it at S tier then, because thinking about that last mission,
it's so good.
In Reach, the moment you realize we're not making it out,
Yeah.
like it chills.
Now you guys are making me want to go play. S. Put it in S.
Oh, can we do a co-op playthrough on the gaming channel of Reach, please?
I am so down.
Figure it out.
We'll figure out something. But yeah, I think that would be fun. That would be really fun.
Destiny. However, I need to make this very clear. We are cutting it off with the Final Shape DLC. None of the Echoes crap that's going on right now. Everything up to the Final Shape. I haven't really played anything after anyways. I didn't find it appealing. So, and the other thing I want to do is kind of disregarding seasons. I'm just kind of talking storyline on Destiny because even I will admit, with all the seasons crap and all the mess that goes on with that, it's probably like a low B tier. Because they mess everything up with that. However, story-wise, that's what I want to focus on Destiny because I know you guys haven't really played it either.
Oh wait, so, this is your game, man.
Story-wise, I'm inclined to say S tier, but everything else in the game, I just can't. You know what I mean? They have just pissed their player base off so bad consistently that I can't keep it up in S. But the story they tell is so good. It's one of the only other games, like I said, 3 or 4, the final DLC in that 10-year saga, the final shape, that last cutscene, which I guess you guys aren't going to play it, so I can describe it to you. What happens
Spoilers.
is in the end of the mission. Yeah, spoilers if you haven't played the final shape and you want to play it yourself.
Almost
It's 2 months now, but spoilers. So, what happens is you're killing the witness, and your ghost basically tells you to channel your light through him, and you do, and you kill the witness, but your ghost dies.
Oh.
And it goes into this cutscene. Your guardian rips his helmet off, and he just starts begging the traveler to bring him back.
Bring him back. He's just a ghost. You raised an army. You can bring back one ghost.
It is so sad. And then out of the light, and I called this for the record, Cade walks up and he goes, I'm trying to remember exactly what he says, but he basically says, along the lines of, I've got you, brother. This is why I'm here. It's my light. I can do what I want with it. And he channels his light into your ghost, dying again. So Cade kills himself, essentially, sacrifices himself to bring your ghost back.
That's
it
intense.
Was heart-wrenching. But hearing, because they finally gave your guardian a voice a couple DLCs ago. And so at this point, you know your guardian's voice pretty well. And all of a sudden, hear this voice that you're used to being stoic and powerful and strong just turn into, no, bring him back! Bring him back! Like, begging. It's, oh, it hurts, man. I get chills just thinking about it. But so the final shape specifically, I would say was S tier, but overall, I can't put it in S tier. So I'm gonna go with A.
I would put it in probably because I have not played Destiny nearly as much as either one of you guys have, especially Taylor. So
Yeah,
my opinion doesn't really count for this one, everybody. But from the story that I do know, I would say it's at least a high B, just because it is a very interesting concept, and you know, just the way that the storyline has like been panning out through each DLC, from what I do understand, it's pretty cool. So I give it a high B at very least.
It's so good.
Yeah.
I mean, it's kind of dying. Go ahead, Ben.
For me, based on the fact you can keep a player base actively engaged in the storyline for 11 years, where you motivate them to buy each DLC and stuff, that's impressive. However, I'd agree with Devin. I would put it in a B tier because of how much they've just shot themselves in the foot. And no good thing lasts forever pertaining to video games, right? Unless I'll get into that. But it's just
poo-poo choices.
They've made so many poo-poo choices
They really
recently
have.
that I feel like, and plus, it's hard to get into Destiny if you're just starting out without people, like a group, right? Just on your own. Oh, this is cool. But if you start midway through, you don't understand what's been going on. So I'd put it. My vote would be B tier right now, because really amazing story,
That's
kind
the
of
thing.
gameplay,
I'm
and what the
willing to
company
agree
has
with
done.
that.
is just-
Low A to B tier. Just storyline. Their story writing is beautiful, but they've just messed things up with their players so much that
Big
I have to
poo-poo.
knock it.
Yeah.
We are gonna go with Mario Party Switch. Bringing it to more of just a fun one, just a fun party game.
Are we talking about Super Mario All-Stars?
All Stars, yeah. Mario
Okay.
Party All Stars on the Switch.
Okay. Well, for those of you who don't know, Gavin, you've seen him on our show before as Harv.
100% of Mario.
Always with his face covered, you know. That man, I love Mario Party until I play it with him, which I actually still do love it because he's really hard to beat. But he's really hard to beat, okay? Mario Party is challenging, dude. It's really challenging. As far as being a party game, like a family sit down or friends get together party game, S tier in that way. But I put that one gameplay wise more in like B or C, because for me sometimes it doesn't do a great job sometimes of rotating the mini games in between the rounds. So sometimes for me it gets a little repetitious, and like every once in a while I'll be like, oh, I'm really good at this one, and I'll win. No, you know. But then there's a whole bunch of others that are just it gets a little repetitious after a while, so it's one I feel like you have to take a break from for a while, and then
Yeah.
you have to play with the right people too, otherwise it's not.
I will say, to
fun.
clarify, for most of these, we are going to go off of gameplay, just every aspect of the game. Community, gameplay, storyline, all that stuff. However, some of them, like Destiny, with an ongoing everything right now, I understand that would be games. Like some of those games would be lower just because of crap going on, and that's just too much to talk about in the amount of time we have. So some things I'll cut into smaller categories, but for the most part, we're gonna talk about overall.
Yeah. So
'Cause,
overall,
yeah,
B. I'd put it at like a B.
I like B, yeah,
A B.
because it destroys friendships, but that can be part of the fun. So
Gavin.
And C or D tier. Because, yes, it's Nintendo. Awesome, it's Mario.
Yeah,
but
true.
if you want to play
playing
it,
against
you need a
bots
group
is just
of
not
people.
fun.
We're trying to play
Essentially.
online.
It's if you're playing against bots, come on. You can
Gavin,
rock
we
bottom.
know it's okay.
But if you're not 4
He's
years
gonna
old,
hate us.
and I think I'll put it. It's just like what Devin said. I don't like. Oh, I want to play this. If it's there at a party, sure, I'll join. But it's kind of the repetition. So I would put it.
So
in
maybe,
D.
I'll
maybe
agree
that's
with
my
C.
vote.
yeah, maybe we put it like right in the middle. Maybe do a C
I'll put it
tier.
in the middle. Because, like, it's a fun game at parties, but other than that, you're really not playing it.
Yeah,
Mario Party's
Yeah.
there.
yeah.
Jackbox Games is up there. Not Super Smash Bros. Because there's always that one Gavin out there
Yeah,
that just
Gavin.
that
freaking
person's name
demolishes,
is,
and it's not fun.
My wife.
Your wife.
Super
is-
Smash Bros. Oh my gosh, dude. Skyrim.
Oh.
We've all played it many times.
Oh,
If it is
yes.
anything lower than
Yes.
A tier, I'm gonna be mad.
Yeah.
First this time.
Can I go first? S tier through and through. November 11th, 2011. No, let's start out.
I was a young
We'll go. When I was a young boy
dog.
in my backyard, warthog. Ah, very nice. I found my aroma. A certain appeal. Just kidding. Okay. I would dream about being this Viking in my backyard fighting dragons, and you could use the power of dragons. Then Skyrim came out, and I
Sued.
went, they stole my idea. How
Sue
did they
'em.
know? But the fact that it's still right now, they sell it for the original price it was, and it's complete sandbox, like totally free. A downside to it is there's not too much
absolutely.
dialogue, or it
Yeah.
can be repetitious, right? But for 2011, you could see a mountain and say, "I want to climb the top
Yeah.
of that," and you can actually
Just go
walk
to the
and
top of
climb
the
to the top
Yeah.
in random encounters. It's the only RPG I've played where I felt like I was in complete
So,
control. Of
I'm
the
going to
world.
start my critique of this game with a little story.
Story time.
I am playing Skyrim, and I'm running through towards one of the Dwemer mines. But I'm in this open field, and all of a sudden I get the battle music. I turn
Oh.
around, and there's a bear chasing me. Okay?
Yeah.
That's fine. I'll just keep running. Bears, you can outrun them usually. And all of a sudden I see another red dot appear. I turn around, and it's one of the, what are they? The bigger bears, not the normal bears. The cave bear.
Cave bear.
Oh, cave bears.
This
are
was the
bigger.
cave bear. I wasn't
Then
in the
there's
snow
the
zone.
snow bears. Snow
Okay,
bear's
I'll
bigger
just
than
keep
the
running.
cave bear.
We'll be fine. All of a sudden, a third dot's appear. I turn around and I don't see anything. I look up. Well, guess what? There's an ice dragon above me. I'm like, okay, well, we're just really gonna run now. And I finally make it to the mountain, and all of a sudden, I hear the dragon attacking, but it's not at me. And I look up. There's another dragon. So I'm being chased by a cave bear, a normal bear, an ice dragon, and a fire dragon. Needless to say, I ended up just getting nuked.
That is unfortunate.
I had to revert saves, and then I just went,
It happens.
boop.
Guess we won't.
All
go
that
back
being
there.
said, S tier. Beautiful game. Another one where even the glitches in that game are just a
Yeah.
good time.
Oh, no one will ever be able to forget walking out onto the Great Plains to go to Whiterun, and you run into your first giant, and they smash you, and you just get launched 500 feet in the air. Never
Boom!
You can never forget that. That game when
One
it
of my
came out.
favorite
Ooh.
glitches. I'm actually going to share this clip with you because it's about 10 seconds long. It's from my YouTube channel. Like my Epic Wookie 21 YouTube channel. I guess it's 1:41, but you don't have to watch the whole thing.
Hey, Luke, you're finally awake. You were trying to cross the border. Right into that ambush.
Which is hilarious.
Play Skyrim in 60 FPS.
Wow.
It knocks things off their rails.
Oh, that's so freaking
Because it's made
funny.
for 30, but they added in 60.
That horse was on
So you
LSD.
got caught trying to cross the border.
I love them all just talking while the wagon's having a heart attack.
Audibility
Yeah.
in Skyrim. But what Todd Howard did with the mods is disgusting, where he said, yeah, we get money from mods.
Yeah,
We
that's
pay for
true.
mods
Especially
now,
because
we'll
they're
get money
community
from
made,
it."
right?
Yeah,
That's
that was a
poo-poo
poopy.
Bethesda.
That was a poopy decision. I didn't like that at all.
Yeah.
So I also have kind of a personal story with Skyrim. So that's why I'm already going to tell you now. This probably belongs in an S tier for me, just because
Sounds like
it's
we're all in agreement.
Skyrim. But my story. So we were watching. I'm sitting there with a few of my buddies. We're sitting there. We're watching the gameplay, and we're just enthralled with it. We're like, whoa! I can't wait for this to come out. And then they're like, all right, 11. So the date was really cool for them to release it on, but I got invited because I pre-ordered the game. This is back when GameStop would do like the pre-order pickup parties. Remember those? They do
Yup.
the pre-order pickup
Oh,
parties.
Back before
dude, I
everything was
forgot
just
about
downloaded.
that.
So
What?
we all three of us, we
Yeah.
freaking we ran in and you're like, yeah, we need Skyrim. We need your parents' permission because we were still a little young when it came out. We're like,
Yeah.
fine, whatever. Did that. They dropped us off for the freaking pickup premiere party, and they had like a big Alduin statue in the corner, like a huge one, and it would talk to you when you'd walk up to it at the specific GameStop that I went to. And then the line was just out and around the block, and they were giving out like free shirts. Like you could enter a drawing when you picked up your game, and they were giving out like collector's editions, and they were giving out shirts and all these things. And it was a party. It was a huge event when that game came out. And then we get home to play it, and it is exactly everything we thought it would be and more. And it is still played to this day. The mods are amazing.
Yeah.
S
Yeah.
tier.
I'm playing through my first VR playthrough right now, actually.
Oh yeah, the
And
VR.
let me tell you,
There's VR
that is
too.
wild. That
Is
is
it?
so fun.
I bet it is.
I have to say, in Skyrim in general, one of my favorite things to do is
I'm
hire a
gonna-
companion, take him to the top of the highest peak, and then just boost Roda and see how far I can
Oh yeah, gotta have it. So
see how far
yeah,
I can launch him.
yeah. I don't care what anyone says. S tier. S tier for
S tier
Skyrim.
game.
S for Skyrim.
As for Skyrim,
Yeah. But it's funny how it's like, I'm the Dragonborn. I'm also the leader of the
oh,
Guild.
and the leader of the
And the leader
Assassin's
of the
Guild.
companion.
I'm also a vampire.
And the
Wait, what?
leader.
Also, I am
Of the Dark Brother.
a.
I'm also a vampire lord.
So Ben, I don't know if you've played this one. Devin,
Okay.
I think you have. Tears of the Kingdom.
Okay, yeah.
I can
I
go first on
haven't,
this
but
one.
I've watched.
I'm
Go for
going
it.
with A. I don't think it's quite S tier. It doesn't have enough stuff in it. However, it's a phenomenal game, and it does have a lot of stuff. I enjoyed Breath of the Wild. I'm in love with Tears of the Kingdom. Like, that game is so fun. I've been playing it for, well, so I don't play solo games that often. So I started it about a year ago. I haven't finished it yet. But whenever I find myself playing a solo game, I'm drawn to that one because it's just really fun. Good story, good overall mechanics. I liked the additions of the building and stuff. Personally, A tier.
I should say, that
Yeah.
says a lot. Taylor hates solo games, for the record.
Yeah.
So the
Skyrim
fact that he goes
and
back
Tears
to
of the
that one
Kingdom
should
are
say
the two
something.
solo games I play the most.
Yeah. I haven't played it a lot, but I would put it
Yeah.
A or high B tier.
Yeah.
Right. It's just your classic. It's just a classic Legend of Zelda sandbox. I mean,
Gotcha.
classic sandbox, but Nintendo version.
Plus the building system, like being able to build, like some of the creations I've seen people build in that game. I'm like, how did?
Sorry, I have This
you
one's just
figure
a
that out?
picture, so you can
not
put this one on screen if you want. I had to break a wall recently in one of my playthroughs, but it had to be with Yonobo. But it was
Yeah.
across the water, and you can't launch Yonobo across the water. So here was my solution, and it worked.
And it worked.
Here you go. So let me put it.
Well, there we go.
I had 52
works.
of those when I started building that bridge. I had 7 left when I finished.
Yeah, I
done.
think
But I wanted
B.
that door.
I think B is pretty good for that. Just because the only thing I will dock that game on is there is not as much as Breath of the Wild, but there is some like open space and there's some repetitious stuff that does happen. Besides that, fabulous game.
That's what I mean when I say not enough. They
Yeah.
could have done more with it. I have so many areas that are just nothing that it's like you could have done something dope with this.
Yeah, so I would say probably like a high B for me,
Yeah.
at least.
Yeah. Okay. Devin, I don't know if you've played this one. I think you have. Phasmophobia.
Okay, I haven't played it, but I have seen enough people play it. I have a good idea, and I'm not gonna lie, I would really like to play it. I think it'd be really fun.
You would. We should play it with you sometime.
You'd like it. C or D tier. Why? Because I enjoy the game, right? It's fun for the first 30 minutes to an hour.
The last time we were playing, I almost screamed like a little girl. Do you remember that, Ben? I'm up at the top of the lighthouse, and all of a sudden I'm like, oh,
Yeah.
no. And I come running down the stairs, and Ben's like, what? I'm like, no, not going up there anymore.
And where I've only watched people play it, and I have enjoyed watching them, I feel like I don't really have an opinion on it yet until I play it. So maybe I will insert a clip here after I've actually played it with these guys the next day.
That was funny, Devin.
I know.
I'm so scared.
I'm
I'll
gonna
agree
down.
with C tier. You convinced
C-tier.
me. I was going with B, and
I think-
you convinced me to go C.
I think I'll buy it and download it tonight. I think.
It is really
C
fun to
or
play
D?
together, though. Don't get me wrong on that. Really fun to play as a group, but
Yeah.
Dead by Daylight.
I had a feeling that one was going to come up on this list.
I already know what Ben's. I don't know what Ben's gonna say, but I have an idea. I'm gonna let Ben go first on this one.
I haven't played it too much. The times I haven't. Okay. I personally haven't invested enough
Yeah.
time to develop a relationship with it. The idea is really fun, but the times I've played it, there's such a skill difference in the group I'm with. It didn't make it fun.
Plays it constantly.
Like Tippy is a god at that game. B. I'm gonna go B officially.
Okay, so I am a horror guy,
Or C.
obviously.
It's Shrek.
I'm leaving. Just kidding. It's Shrek.
Beautiful concert, by the way. That was so fun.
So being a horror fan, I love the idea that they keep adding all the different monsters and killers and all the different things, you know. And I do like the idea of the asymmetrical horror games where, you know, you have the hunter and then the hunted. I like those kind of games. They're really fun. The times I've played it online, did not enjoy it because of the skill issue. Again, because, you know, you have people that play it a ton, then you have people like me that have played it just, you know, offhand a few times. And I had a lot of fun. But when you feel like you don't make any progress and you can't get to the next thing, or like you can't fix the generator, you can't find the hole to get it, it gets a little frustrating. And which I had the same issue when they came out with the Texas Chainsaw Massacre game. It is very similar to Dead by Daylight. It is an asymmetrical map horror type of game where you're being hunted, but they threw in a couple things, and it was fun at first. But then you started getting the tryhards, like with every game, which kind of killed the online experience. However, when you're playing with friends, same with Mario Party, I feel like that's when this game excels at its highest level, just because you can have so much fun. Be like, no, go away, Randy, go away, no. You know, like you can have fun with your friends. You can swap. You can, like, one person can be the killer, one can, you know, everyone else can swap around and do that. I feel like it's more fun to play it with friends. So because of the differential, like, gameplay types, depending if you're online or offline, and by offline I mean just with friends, like a private match, I I feel like for me it's more in between the B and C tier. I'd say like a low B for it, just because it does get repetitious sometimes as well.
Okay.
Yeah.
Style though, S. I love it. The game, the idea, amazing.
Yeah.
So
Fair enough.
that's my hot take.
Personally, I would say it's a pretty mid-tier B. However, they've started
Yeah.
doing events pretty often, and even if you are trash at the game, their events have been so fun.
Devin and I are in the same boat.
So are we going with B then?
Yeah, I would say B tier.
Go for
Not
style.
bad. It's just it does
Yeah.
have its
Okay.
issues and its repetition, like some games. It happens.
Modern Warfare 3. Ben? Thoughts?
All right. D tier.
Why?
D.
Yep.
Call of Duty. Copy paste code.
Change this map.
please. Copy
Yeah.
paste code.
Reskin these
$70,
guns.
please.
Yeah.
Microtransactions.
Ben is toxic in that game. I
See,
am too, though. So
I am the most toxic person in Call of Duty because it deserves that. So, yeah, it's fun to play with friends. Talk about repetitive that game.
Yeah, I kind of feel the same in that way. Like
But anyway,
the last Call of Duty that I genuinely felt like I got my money's worth was the first time they did a revamp on Modern Warfare. But ever since
2019?
then, yeah, the 2019 Modern Warfare was awesome. But I think after that, like Vanguard, so disappointing, broken, stupid, hated it. Modern Warfare 2, it had some things I liked, it had a ton I didn't like. Modern Warfare 3 was fun for like the first month it was out, like the multiplayer, and then I got sick of it. I liked Warzone when it first came out. Like they have a way of taking a great idea, ruining it 2 months later.
that's
Call
fair.
of Duty's D tier. The Black Ops 6
Yeah.
beta,
A lot of
it's
people
just
are.
the same thing.
I don't hate the game, but there's a lot of issues and there's a lot of things to hate, like what Ben said about the copy and paste and just the way that people play. There's way too many tryhards that think they're better than everybody else, but they're not. And then people like Taylor prove that. So people like Ben and
Ben's
Taylor
good too.
prove that they are better.
So does Tanner. Devin, you would be able to as well. It's
I do.
ridiculous.
I do okay.
I'm not good.
I do
But,
okay.
Modern Warfare 3 is D tier. Our next game is Fortnite.
F.
And that one's F tier.
Not even talking about it. F. Done.
Even I don't even know the season before Gravity Hammers. I would play it with my brothers, and it was awesome. I
Oh,
really
yeah.
enjoyed it. Recently, it's
Yeah.
complete garbage. Like, oh
Yeah, when it
Yeah, I
first
was like,
came out,
okay.
and it was actually really fun because it was a little different. Like battle royales weren't like the stand. Like everyone has a battle royale right now. Everybody does,
big.
Yeah, it's because they exploded after Fortnite.
and it's just yeah. But other than that, they almost had me with that new like that creation thing where people are like building maps and doing that.
The Lego?
I was like, oh, that might be kind of cool. But then I saw gameplay, and I was like, ah, you know what? Never mind. I'm not even gonna try it. Forget it.
See, for me, Fortnite, once people started becoming just everybody could build a skyscraper in 3 seconds, the game lost all fun.
F for Fortnite.
Yeah.
Their Save the World, their actual game, just got completely gone, and that was kind of fun.
Yeah, that was
Yeah,
awesome.
I thought it was fun. They could have done a lot with that, and they just killed it.
They didn't. They just killed it.
But, I mean,
Helldivers 2.
yeah.
I've still yet to get to play
Oh,
it.
you two haven't played that yet, have you?
Nope.
Alright, never mind. We'll do one last game. Let me think here. I know what to do. Tom Clancy's Rainbow Six
Minecraft.
Siege.
D tier, man.
I'm so bad at that game.
We all are.
I'm so bad. I have that one cool clip of me
Okay.
killing the other team, and I had no idea what I was doing. That's it. That's all I got.
I have the most fun in that game when I go in and don't play it like a first-person shooter try-hard strategy game.
This is my first game, and I already have a cheater? What the hell?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, well, you did join the cheating. So they were having problems with BattleEye at that time,
Oh,
and
were they?
so people were just cheating out the wazoo. It's gotten a little better, but people still cheat.
I'd put it DC tier.
All right, well,
Yeah,
you're right. We
but-
shouldn't have ended on our 6, so we'll do one more. And Ben, it was a beautiful idea. Minecraft.
The Minecraft.
Let's go. Not worthy of S tier. I'll say that.
Okay.
I will put it at A tier. In the sense of when it first came out, blew my mind, right? It tickles that part of your brain where you can build what you want. But also A tier is the modability, and everyone gets the Minecraft urge for about 1 week out of the year. And that's a pretty good week.
I will have just a couple spots during the year, like even the other day, I was feeling kind of crappy. So what did I do? I sat down, I played Minecraft. Minecraft is my sick game because I can sit there and mindlessly build something, and it's easy, and you don't have to really think about anything unless you're trying to do like redstone stuff. That and the community for Minecraft is humongous. Like the things that people have built, it's mind-blowing. Even the one where it was a giant museum that had like national security secrets in it for like different countries, like I was like, how does that make it into a game?
That's a real thing.
Yeah, that really happened.
For Minecraft, I would agree A tier, but I'd have to knock it to lower A because the soundtrack is garbage.
Well, yeah. I mean, it is.
No,
yeah,
come on, man.
it is Minecraft.
Love you, Nate. That one was for you.
Boom, boom, boom. Yeah, I would put A.
It is a really fun game.
Yeah.
We'll leave it there. I'll
You
recap
don't
the
need
list
that.
real quick for everyone.
Bottom
Obviously.
to top. Bottom.
At D tier, we've got Modern Warfare 3, or Call of Duty in general, minus a couple, and Rainbow Six.
Yep.
C tier, Mario Party and Phasmophobia,
Yeah.
which I forgot to type Phasmophobia. I'm glad I remembered that.
Oh no.
And B tier, we've got Destiny. Hurts me a little bit, but also totally fair. And Dead by Daylight. In A tier, we've got Baldur's Gate 3, Tears of the Kingdom, Minecraft. Yeah. And then in S tier, we've got Halo Reach and Skyrim. And it's hard to argue with that list.
Let's go.
I think so.
That's a really good list.
See a part 2, and there's any games you want covered that we didn't cover, drop it in the comments or something. We'll talk about
Yeah,
it. We'll do a
absolutely.
part 2 sometime for sure. There's so many games we could do. Like Gary's mod was on my list. Ark Survival Evolved.
We just love video games.
I
We
love-
like
yeah.
talking about games. Games are great.
Bye!
Bye, everybody.
Bye.